In this video, I sat down and explored YouTube's built-in AI for creators. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's basically a feature that suggests video titles, thumbnails, and even outlines your video for you. You can imagine my suspicion when I heard that it was a tool designed to streamline the creative process, when in my personal experience, the creative process is supposed to be a mess. What really is being suggested? What kind of content does AI think is good enough? I even created a couple of the suggestions. And now I'm just trying to figure out if the AI tools promised to streamline my creative process will make things more efficient, or if it'll ultimately just get in my way like I think it will. Let's find out. My cosplay glow up throughout the years. Let's see what my cosplay... Yep. So we've got Old Man Erebos and Claudia's outfit, maybe. Except I've never done a Dragon Prince cosplay, even though I got the white wig for Rayla. We've got the stereotypical evolution progression from chimps to man, but we stop at diamond. Shine bright like a diamond, I guess. Then we've got the shadowy figure in front of neon party lights, and then the Infinity Gauntlet. But taken to a whole new sassy level. The thing about making a video, right, is that from start to finish, you want a consistent story. This intro tells us that we're gonna be showing the awkward stuff, and then finally at the end, it's gonna be worth it because you see how all of those awkward stages brought us to the supposed beauty that I'm at right now. Spoiler alert, my cosplays still suck, and they will for ages to come. If I did unlocking new skills, breakthrough transformations, beyond the fabric, looking forward, endless evolution, all of these are talking about how good I am or how to get good. But what we want to do, since we emphasized in our hook that we're pulling back the curtains and being relatable, we want to have humble beginnings. So we're gonna have a humble beginning. Flashback to the earliest attempts. I'm gonna show awkward photos, ill-fitting wigs, simple fabric choices. We're gonna emphasize passion over perfection because, you know, that is thematically on track. Hello, Lily from the future here. I realized I didn't explain what I was doing here very well, so I wanted to put an explanation here before I jump into the next bit. I really wanted to see if, despite this not reflecting my story at all, if I could actually make a video about it and get away with the AI making my story when my story wasn't what it was saying it was. So I tried to create my cosplay glow up throughout the years using AI suggested stock videos, and well, this happened. You know that feeling when you look back at your old work and cringe? Yeah, I've been there. But what if that cringe was actually the first step to something amazing? Join me as I pull back the curtain on my cosplay evolution, showing you the awkward stages, the breakthroughs, and the sheer joy of watching a vision come to life through skill and persistence. All this is all nice and well, but here's the thing. That's not my story. None of that is my story. I didn't give any feedback on this. This is just approximations. These last two pieces of the outline are technically doable. They're okay. I'll accept them because they are more prompts rather than like actual storyline beats. But this one's straight up just like, these are your earlier attempts. Obviously you had enough money and forethought to take awkward photos, use ill-fitting wigs, and you cared about fabric choices and that it was all about passion and perfection. No, back then, I didn't get my first wig for this until like 2 years ago. And fabric choices, everything was a closet cosplay. It wasn't fabric, it was my clothes. I could use this as inspiration, and that's the goal. But the fact that it assumes so much about what my story is, it's just not valuable to me. Why we crave connection in online communities. Okay, this has a semblance of heart to it. This has empathy. This has value to the concept. Let's go. Why we crave connection in online communities. I love this topic. Let's talk about it. What is it? A compelling exploration of why humans are drawn to forming bonds in virtual spaces will be presented. again with the passive freaking voice. Take some freaking ownership. Unlock the secret to why your online friendships often feel just as strong or even stronger than your offline ones. This video isn't just about using the internet, it's about understanding the deep biological drive that compels us to build bonds in virtual spaces. Discover how online communities are revolutionizing the way we find shared experiences and fulfill our fundamental need for belonging. Okay, we're doing better in this hook. It's very active. It's taking ownership of its idea. You know, it's active voice. Love the improvement there, but it's a whole lot of words to say exactly what is this saying about. I like how it gets a little more specific in the next sentence. It's great. It's funneling our idea from, you know, broad to specific. That's great, but it just kind of entirely misses the point by stating that we have a deep biological drive to build bonds in virtual spaces, as opposed to, in comparison, you know, referencing the only other sentence that we've read so far, offline spaces, in-person spaces. That's an interesting dichotomy. I wonder how they'll solve that. Discover how online communities are revolutionizing the way we find shared experiences and fulfill our fundamental need for belonging. That's just the same thing. That's just the same thing, but in different words. We have an inherent need for belonging and shared experience, forming bonds in virtual spaces. Here's the thing, and I am going to switch to a slightly bigger face. There we go. When I coach somebody through writing a paper and we talk about our thesis statement being the focal point for the entire rest of your paper, it alludes to, if not directly states, exactly what we're going to be talking about. And then it also specifically decides, takes ownership of a stance that we have on that topic, and then it gives some details to expect and look out for in the rest of the paper related to that. It's not just saying the same words over and over again to meet a word count. And so when you write your research paper, a common word of advice that we give as tutors is to take word for word things from your introduction and scatter them throughout your paper so that your reader can look at your paper and feel like they are tracking with the logical progression of ideas. Like, it kind of grounds somebody. You want people to connect what you said in the introduction to each part of your video, but it shouldn't just be the same 5 words over and over and over again. You should be actually creating something out of a topic. What I'm seeing from these AI inspiration things is temptations to leave it surface level and not actually address anything of value, to not actually make a stance in order to be correct or okay in online spaces, because there's so many different people who disagree with you, and at any point you could be canceled for literally anything at any point in time, right? People are terrified to take a stance about anything because it'll be misconstrued, because somebody's going to disagree, because somebody who's louder or more dramatic or more offended is going to either see that as an opportunity for chaos, misinterpret you, or just hurt you by canceling you. AI is really reflecting that because it's not capable of making any actual stances. It is so crucial now more than ever to practice sharing our opinions with other people. Yes, conflict is uncomfortable, terrifying even, but the moment we stop pursuing truth, whether we're right or somebody else is, we also stop communicating our ideas with each other. We stop communicating. That moment of stalled communication is where we shift from being active participants in our communities and our online and physical cultures into passive bystanders who just let anything go and anything happen. I'm not saying don't ever use AI ever. I'm just requesting, please don't let it script your opinions, because then it's not really your opinions. Or if you completely suck at communication and it's never worked for you in the past, you will never actually get better and improve and give yourself the opportunity to get better unless you put in the work and you practice it yourself. So read each other's comments. Share your personal experience with AI. Be kind, be respectful, assume the best in each other because your voice matters, whether you agree or disagree with me. I hope to see you in the comments section, and take care. Bye, guys. Special thanks to Justin Umbreon, Mr. Smart 75, and ShadowTalon 910 for your monetary support.